Alright, so in the previous video we have learned in the object-oriented programming. So we have seen what is object-oriented programming, then we have seen what is encapsulation, then we have discussed classes and objects, then we came down all the way here class vehicles, then we have seen the how we instantiate our classes, then we have seen the fields and variables. Alright, so in this video we're going to see what is constants, for example. As you guys remember that we have discussed the constant at the beginning of this course, and we said that the constant is just like a fields here. You guys can put a public, protected or private here with the constant. So what is the reason of we putting constant? So constant is some sort of fields here that you guys don't want it to be changed. So here we have in the previous video we have discussed all these object, state and heaps. So we have instantiated our say class here. So we're going to leave this as it is because we have here two objects and we have a class here. So today we're going to go on constants. So if you don't know constants are variables declared directly inside a class and are therefore members of the class. So this fields in C++, this is called the members of the class. Fields are used for storing the state of the objects. As we have already explained to you guys that the fields are used for storing the state of the object, which is data that must be live for more than the period of the execution of a class method, and that should be accessible from multiple methods. So, and what is methods? We're going to explain to you guys methods in future videos. So these fields, our simply we call it variables that are not used outside the scope of the single method, should be defined as a local variables and not as class fields. And we're going to talk about the local variables in the future videos. So in the previous video, if you remember that we have declared here the fields are student ID, then we have a first name and then the last name, or as we mentioned this one, they are called instance fields. So this one's called, as I said, instance fields, but we didn't want to scare you guys because now we have experience about this field. This one's called instance fields, and why we call this one's instance field? Because they belong to the instance of the class, meaning that each object has its own instance of these fields. So if you remember here, we have created objects here, and now we are using them. That's why this one they call instance fields, because as we say here that we use the name of the class here, we can put our object's name, we instantiate it with the key with the new keyword. So if you look in here, they are of the fields that we put on top here. So they are the same fields here. That's what we call them instance fields. As I explained to you guys in the previous video, I don't want to scare you, but now you guys have a very good understanding of the fields, and that's what we call these ones instance fields.